So everyone's talking about the leaks right now, and I want to talk about them as well, except I don't want to delve into details that I can't even show on screen, because if I do, Rockstar is going to send a death squad onto my doorstep. Instead, I'm going to talk about the organization behind these leaks, and why I think they're bad for the cause they are supposedly rallying with. CyberLeek. Well, new player in the game, nobody's really heard of them before, and they came out with some really juicy leaks these past couple of days. This group has a sort of agenda. These videos, this information was dropped as a form of protest towards Rockstar and Take-Two. Essentially, whoever is behind this demands that Rockstar adhere to 3 conditions that they have set, or they will continue to upload these leaks onto the internet or wherever possible. For one, we have the condition that digital pre-orders are suspended and possibly substituted with physical copies. The second condition is, well, basically demanding that Rockstar doesn't sell a fake DLC on day 1. And the third is, well, what Stop Killing Games has been rallying for like the past 2 years now, which is players having the right to play the game even when service for it has discontinued, so even when the server is shut down, players can still fully play the game. Maybe not the online component of it, but the single player at the very least. And this, I kind of align with personally. These conditions are part of a cause that I generally stand with. Now, that's not to say that I condone these actions, that this is still illegal what they are doing. This is fucking extortion at the end of the day. But considering how greedy Rockstar and Take-Two have been, and just how scummy their practices are, and what kind of standard they're setting for the industry, I would be lying if I said that they didn't sort of have this coming. And for that, I showed some sympathy towards this group. Notice how I said that in a past tense, because as it turns out, all of this also came with a crypto shitcoin. You heard it right. They are trying to promote a cryptocurrency with all of this, with all of these leaks. And this isn't even something that just kind of popped up recently after the leaks dropped, that as a sort of response from all the positive reception. No, they had this planned out. They had a wallet set up in association to all of this 3 days before any of the leaks were dropped. And it baffles me. Why a cryptocurrency? It's just, I'm just gonna say it makes the whole movement that they are trying to align themselves with look like a fucking joke now, because it is immediately going to ruin public perception. Because the year is 2026. When the fuck was the last time anybody has heard of like a successful crypto token being launched, like a meme coin being launched within the past 2 years or the past fucking 4 years, let's be honest, that has gone anywhere, that has really gone anywhere good? I sure as shit don't know any. I think most people don't know any. And rightfully so. Everyone is calling this a pump and dump scheme. Official sources say it's most likely a pump and dump scheme. People have done research, like actual research, say it's a pump and dump scheme. People who know what this is, what the people who know about cryptocurrency say it's a pump and dump scheme. Even my fucking brother, let me tell you, he used to be very big into cryptocurrency back in the day, like when it was really popping off, and so he knows his shit, right? I show him the statistics. For like 30 seconds, just like the statistics and the charts, and immediately he says, yeah, this is a fucking pump and dump scheme. Like, it has to be. And I think so too, because all the signs lead to it most likely being just that. So let that sink in. There is now a loud minority of people within this, this sort of community of consumer advocates that is trying to promote a shitcoin and also buying into that shitcoin. There are some actual lobotomy victims that have dished out a solid 10,000, upwards of 10,000 into this shit. And it's kind of crazy. I think this is pretty much guaranteed to lose them any leverage that they have with Rockstar or Take-Two, because Rockstar and Take-Two, they're just going to see these people as opportunists, nothing else. Not anybody that actually represents the communities, the player base. They're just going to see these as nothing more than cyber criminals. Nothing more than that. Not protesters, not advocates, just cyber criminals trying to make a quick buck off of all of this. And that's why I think CyberLeek is fucking stupid. This whole stuff that they've done, the way they've gone about it is really fucking stupid. I have to give them props. They are talented. They have managed to garner a hell of a lot of attention, so much attention. But they have decided to go about all of this attention in the worst way possible. I mean, nobody's gonna fucking take this shit seriously. For the past 2 days, I've been thinking, like, it's 3 days now. It's fucking 3 days now. I've been thinking, what possible correlation could a cryptocurrency, a fucking shitcoin, have to consumer advocacy? I can't think of anything. Apparently there's a screenshot. I saw a screenshot. I don't know if it's actually confirmed or not. I can't even access the fucking website because the organization is now so severely decentralized. But the announcement said something about the whole crypto shitcoin stuff being an attempt at gathering money towards some sort of super secret project, and they're not even gonna disclose what the project is, like not even a name, a hint at what it could possibly be, because we gotta keep our cards hidden from the corporations. I'm not even shitting. That's what they said in the statement, and it's just a fucking joke. And the further you look into it, the worse it gets. The conditions that I said earlier, they don't call it conditions. They called it fucking commandments. Yeah. They called it commandments, and it's all formatted. Well, not all of it. The names themselves are formatted in this like pseudo old English. You have Commandment 1, thou shalt not sell digital pre-orders. And it's like, holy fucking wumpus. Like, tell me you're a Redditor without telling me you're a Redditor. It's embarrassing now. Like, nobody's gonna take us seriously. No, nobody's going to take us seriously anymore, because the moment you say, oh, yeah, well, Rockstar kind of deserves this shit, people, I've already seen it, and I can imagine it won't stop there. People are going to say, oh, well, CyberLeek is trying to sell brain-dead idiots on a shit coin. It's just like, they're fucking right. They're right. So, yeah. I think it's like, and some of you may be thinking, it's not that deep, it's not like this one group of people or one individual. Actually, it's people now, because there's people investing in the shitcoin. You might be saying, this group of people, they can't influence the public's perception or the corporation's perception of the whole player advocacy movement. But I think back to this boycott that happened of Left 4 Dead 2. Basically, a bunch of players were unhappy with how Valve was handling the Left 4 Dead series. They seemingly abandoned Left 4 Dead 1 in favor of producing Left 4 Dead 2, even though they promised that they would work on Left 4 Dead 1. And a big boycotting group started popping up, and there were some loud voices, to say the least. You know, there were the leaders of the group. Their actions, the way they behaved, their words heavily influenced the public's and the media's perception of the whole movement as a whole. I mean, for a long time, nobody took them seriously. They just called them a bunch of online crybabies that are whining about a game, and nothing they really say matters. And I'm just, you know, I don't want that to happen with this now. I don't know. That's all I really have to say for now. If I'd very much like to hear people's thoughts on these. Now, this video isn't as clean or organized as most of my other ones because I kind of went a bit unscripted with this, and I'm trying to stay in touch, you know, keep in touch with all the updates and everything that's happening. But yeah, so far, in terms of updates, the leaker is still alive. They just apparently they just dropped a new fucking leak of a supercar part 1, or sorry, hypercar part 1. So I guess that's cool. There's a page that talks about a lot of the info on here that also links to a Discord server and all that type of stuff. But if you want to check out the page, it's actually on GitHub. Surprisingly enough, yes, I know. I really thought GitHub was only used for downloading cracked versions of Adobe Premiere Pro and Photoshop, but I guess there's articles in this bitch. I'm going to be leaving a link to that in the description if you want to check it out. It's very good, very in-depth. But yeah, sorry for the rushed upload. This is not going to be a standard video for me, not by any means. I'm working on a project right now, and I hope it's going to be finished next week. You know, it seems to be kind of entering that sort of closer end stage, and you know, so stay in touch for that. But for now, that's about it. See ya.